Okay, so I got another chrome alternator. Hopefully this one's not going to whine like the other one I did. Got this one's a different brand, different maker. So we'll try to install that one and see with that. Also, I got these springs and I already changed the springs out. So these springs are for the distributor. If you remember, when I was working on the distributor, there's that little plate that will open up. And so what happens is these springs were pretty light. You can tell just by looking at how small they are. This is a light spring from the spring kit I just got too. This one's considered a medium spring, and I put in the heavy springs in the distributor. So basically, it's not going to give me timing as fast, more timing as fast. You know, when it's moving. So when I installed the heavy spring, even my initial timing it threw me all the way up into 30 and 48. So I had to bring the initial timing back down. So I actually set it all the way down to 16 initial, and it still has 18 there. So it puts me at 34 degrees total timing. And I tried actually around 20, and then I took it down to 18, but it was still pinging when you get up into the top RPMs. So now that I got it at 16 and 34 total, runs like a champ. So yeah, it's kind of funny. You wouldn't think little springs would make such a difference on something like that. So, but yeah, you can kind of tell like how thin those ones are and how loose, or you know, not loose, but how, you know, light they are compared to heavy. So they would open up faster and cause more timing when I didn't need that much timing. So I got the heavier springs in. I'm gonna install this, and then some people are saying maybe my power wire to my alternator might be too close to this other wire here, so I'm going to separate it and see if that fixes my my stereo issue of kind of glitching there. So because maybe what's happening is the electrical interference from the wire is, you know, just too close to the other wire that goes back inside. So we're going to just cut this back a little bit here and see if that cleans it up. And if that does, then I'll just retape it and keep it separate. No big deal. And maybe I'll buy like an insulating kit. I really want to rewire this whole thing anyway one day, but I need to see if I can get this fixed first. So okay, so that's what we got. Just a quick update on that, and then just a quick funny story. So the Jaguar, you know, my girl's car, I was taking it to get an oil change, and the one place I normally take it to, the lube shop, they just chose not to. They just didn't want to work on it. They're like, oh, it's going to be like an hour and a half, you know, to get you in, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, that's fine. And then they came up with the excuse, oh, we don't have the filter. I'm like, well, order one. Because normally they just order one and install it. Well, anyway, they said, oh, no, we don't have it. You'll have to come back tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, well, okay, well, I'm not even going to deal with you anymore. They have a different manager there and a different crew, so wasn't very happy with them. So then I went down, the next one down the line on that street is Valvoline. And I pull up and they say, oh, no, we don't do Jaguars. They're too expensive. They're too, you know. And I'm like going, too expensive? So they just even refused me right there. And I'm like, okay, well. And then I figured, well, I normally don't like to take it to Walmart, but Walmart was next in line. And I just figured, well, it's next in line. I'm going to see. Yeah, Walmart refused to do it too because because of the Jaguar brand. I'm like, okay, there's one last place before I was going to give up. And that was Meineke. Man, they were as cool as shit. They're like, yeah, no problem. We'll just order. We don't have the filter, but we'll order it and we'll get it here in 15 minutes. We'll have you out the door. I wasn't even there 30 minutes and they had me out. So that just goes to show, you know, like, what's going on here is just, it's insane. Getting parts. I don't know how many parts I've bought and they're bad and I have to send them back. Just like that, like the chrome alternator on the first one I bought, whining. I shouldn't have to do this, you know. So, man, a lot of things that are just low quality. Services just going to hell. It's crazy. I just laugh at it. It's not funny, but I just laugh at it just because it's getting insane. So anyway, that's my update, and yeah, that's all I got. All right, so I have to do the same thing with this alternator because I have to rotate the end around. So I'll see how these little springs, they push those out, so I have to push those back in and then put that needle through that hole to hold it in place. So, and then that way when those are set in place, then I can set it where I need to be and have my correct rotation. So we're gonna do that, and you'll be able to check it out. All right, so now you see this little pin. So that's what's holding those little pieces in there. So then now you just can take some pliers and just pull it on out, and they're set in place now. So now when it rotates, you know, everything's in its position. So now I'm just gonna need to button these down tight, and then we can throw it on.